Fear, Resistance, and the Atonement Principle. Thank you for joining with me as we read Ken Wapnick's journey through the text of A Course in Miracles. We are on Chapter 3, The Innocent Perception. We have seen how the mind is so powerful that it can turn against itself, seemingly negating its own power, including its ability to choose the atonement. This most important theme recurs repeatedly and explains our resistance to the Course, reading, studying, and applying it. Despite there being a part of the mind that knows that every word in it is true and has direct application to our lives, and further would make us very happy if we followed it, we stubbornly reject what Jesus urges us to do. He says of this central theme in the ego's symphony of guilt and fear, this makes spirit almost inaccessible to the mind and entirely inaccessible to the body. Thereafter, spirit is perceived as a threat because light abolishes darkness merely by showing you it is not there. Truth will always overcome error in this way. This cannot be an active process of correction because, as I have already emphasized, knowledge does not do anything. This is why we all hate God and A Course in Miracles, and Jesus, who does not do anything in the world. Were we to get him to do something about a problem which we can't, we would have trapped him. Sneakily, we attempt to seduce him into helping us here, since this would make him part of our insanity. Still, he does not do anything, because what is there to do? Again, this is why spirit is perceived as a threat. It does nothing to counteract evil, error, or sin. Its light-filled presence simply shines away our belief in the ego's illusory thought system. The problem is that once we have chosen the ego and identified with its thoughts of darkness, our separated self becomes that darkness. If we symbolize the atonement by light, the separation is symbolized by light's absence. We choose the ego to keep the atonement away, and in the absence of light is the darkness. In Chapter 1, Jesus defines sin as a lack of love, meaning that it is not anything positive in itself, but merely love's absence. When our minds banished love's light, we made sin and darkness real, making this individual self differentiated, autonomous, and special, one of darkness. To protect and preserve this self, we need to banish the light. This, once again, explains our resistance. A part of us knows that if we truly accepted what A Course in Miracles is saying and lived it, our lives would be different. In fact, our lives would ultimately disappear. And so we try to remain asleep, dreaming our separated world of darkness, into which we attempt to bring the light. We will return to this insane practice below in our discussion of Christianity. We turn now to why things seem to get worse when we believe in this course. You have not yet gone back far enough, and that is why you become so fearful. As you approach the beginning, you feel the fear of destruction of your thought system upon you, as if it were the fear of death. There is no death, but there is a belief in death. I think I am the self to which I give my name, that has a history, body, and a circle of people associated with it. This is my perceived identity and what I consider to be my life, a self born of the ego's thought system of darkness. As I begin to forgive and increasingly look at my mind, approaching the beginning, i.e. God, and see the guilt that I no longer protect, the foundation on which this self rests begins to weaken. What keeps this self vibrant as an illusion is the fact that I believe I am not a mind, but a body-brain complex interacting with other bodies. The more I choose the miracle instead of the ego, return to the choice point in my mind and become an observer rather than a participant in the ego's dream, the less stable this self becomes and leads me to believe that I may be dying. My identity has rested on the idea that guilt is alive and safely buried. Yet while my guilt may still be present, it is now no longer hidden. We are taught that we can take steps toward retracing what later is referred to as the course of insanity. The ego has led us on. Retracing these steps, we gradually become sane. And this is the fear. I'm just going to stop right there. We will pick this up tomorrow, and I look forward to that, and I will see you then. I hope that you have a most beautiful day, and I love you. Thank you so much for joining with me, and I will see you then. Thank you. Bye.